Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about my airbrush setup. Now, this is a video that I've been wanting to do for some time. When I first started modelling, airbrushing was an alien concept to myself. Really didn't know my arse from my elbow basically. So to begin off with, first thing I got was a compressor. Didn't have an external tank, and it was set at a PSI that I had no control over. Airbrushes, I went through many an airbrush, the cheap Chinese knockoff ones that were an absolute nightmare to work with, to be honest. But when I got back into the hobby, I started watching YouTube channels, I started learning more about it. Again, it was the cheap knockoff Chinese airbrushes that I was using. I had umpteen problems with them, and that's the reasons why I've chosen the airbrushes that I work with today. Now, the last compressor I had was the AS186. It's really popular among modelers. Comes with an external tank, and it was great, lasted me for 2 years, and then unfortunately it blew. So instead of forking out money every couple of years to buy a new compressor, I did some research of my own, I hanged about, and finally I got to choosing a compressor. Now, the guy from Bob Aldrum from Genesis Models, he's got one. It was also reviewed on ISM, 4A models, that kind of thing. And the compressor that I chose in the end was the Sparmax TC610H Plus. I got this from aircraft.net, and so I'm just going to read out the specs here. I'm not going to show you the actual compressor because it's under the bench and it's a pain in the arse to move, but you can get the gist here. So the airflow is 23 to 28 IPM, the open flow, 16 HP AC motor, auto on off, 2.8, 4.1 bar, 40 psi, 60 psi. It's got a 2.5 litre external tank. The weight is 16 lbs, 7.3 kilograms. Pressure gauge, pressure regulator, moisture trap, 2 air outlets, 2 airbrush holders and the air hose. And this is made in Taiwan. And you also get 3 airbrush adapters for Aztec, Badger and Pash. So that's the compressor that I chose, and the reason I chose that was because the guys in these videos, they've had these for 10 years plus, still got them, still work as new, and I get a wee boy myself. I can't afford to be spending 60-70 quid every 2 years to get a compressor. That's just, the price of this outweighed the cost. I can't even remember how much I got it for, I would need to look up. So that's the compressor that I use, and I'm going to get on to the airbrushes now. As I've said, touched on before, it was the problems I was having with the cheap knockoff Chinese airbrushes, and the problems that I was running into was like the tiny little O-rings, the tiny nozzles where they would snap off, and a lot of the time I would get these airbrushes and I would shut them down, oil them up and stuff, and the O-ring would come out and that was it, it was done. So eventually, again after doing a lot of research, I wanted an airbrush that could teach me basically how to airbrush, and I came across a review on the Apex, the Ultimate Apex from UMP. It isn't a UMP airbrush, and if you go into Mike Cohen's review of the Ultimate Apex, he goes into detail of what the airbrush actually was. It was another company, but they've stuck their name on it, a deal between the two of them. There's a couple of differences, but nothing major. But anyway, I'd watched a review in this, and the thing that drew me to it first of all was the big nozzle. No more of those little tiny nozzles, and I thought that'd be perfect for me, because butterfingers, I end up dropping them and I lose them and I end up swearing and stuff. So at the time I wanted one of these, they were out of stock, and eventually I tracked one down on eBay, and it was a bid, and I put a bid in of 60 to 65 just to make sure that I got it. I didn't mind paying that for it, because that's the retail price of them. When they came out, you had another £30 on them now plus shipping, so that's it there. That's the Ultimate Apex. It comes with the rubber colour cut, which I do like, because it's a bit dirty and you clean it. This thing, the metal colour cut lids, they're either too tight or they're too loose and they end up falling off, but the rubber ones are perfect. It also comes with a guard there. It's easy to strip down, and I've had everything through this. I've had absolutely everything through it. I've had lacquer, vinyl, clear coats, primers, you name it, it's been through here. Brilliant airbrush, and certainly one for the beginner anyway. I've had no problems with it. Now, as I've upgraded airbrushes and stuff like that, I now use this for clear coats, and that's specifically what I use it for. So this was the airbrush that actually taught me how to airbrush properly, and it built my confidence up with airbrushing. So that was my first real airbrushing experiences was with this brush, and I've had no problems with it at all. I did break one of the seals and I had to get a new one. The parts for it are readily available. It doesn't come with the quick release. That was a quick release that I bought from eBay. I bought them in a set, and they're a lot easier for cleaning and whatnot. An airbrush cleaning video I will do, but it'll be at a later video. Just now I'm just going to talk about the airbrushes, what I use them for, the limitations and stuff. So this thing comes with a 0.35mm needle, and it's perfect for all your airbrushing needs, so I would highly recommend if you can get one. Providing of course you need one. If you've got other airbrushes that do the same thing, then you don't really need to. Comes with a thumb guard, a finger guard as well, which is a nice feature. So that was the first airbrush of mine that really put me on the ladder to becoming better at airbrushing. So the next airbrush that I got was this one, and it's the Harton Steenbeck Ultra. Now, I got this in a paint set. That's the airbrush there, colour cup. It's a sort of friction fit for the colour cup, as you can see. The only problem I've got with it, if this isn't on properly, the colour cup isn't that big, but you can get other ones, you can upgrade. Again, quick release on it. You can upgrade these. You can buy bigger colour cups and you can upgrade it to sort of the solvent resistant grade. But I haven't bothered because I've got other airbrushes that do what I would use this for. Now I use this now primarily for diorama painting, with the cheap sort of artist paint or the cheap craft paint. That's precisely what I use that for. It's a good airbrush, comes with a 0.2mm needle. It's very easy to strap down, so for a beginner I would recommend that. Of course the nozzles as well are excellent. They fit in just perfect, and for me that was one of the reasons I chose Hardin Steenbeck's, because of the nozzles and their quality as well. So that was my second airbrush I got, a paint set. Now my pride and joy, I actually got two of these. One was a gift and one I bought. One, that's not entirely true. I didn't plan on buying another one. I was actually sent one because I was actually meant to buy an Evolution, and another one of these came. This is the Hardin Steenbeck Infinity CR Plus. It's triple chrome coated, and so you can run your more aggressive paint cleaners and thinners and stuff through this, like cellulose thinners and stuff. This is a beautiful airbrush. I can't recommend it enough. It's got a paint limiter on the back. It's got the pinch tip, which is brilliant if you're doing a prolonged spray session. You can just quickly wipe the needle and you're ready to go again. This one has a V on it, and that stands for vinyl acrylics. As I've got two of these, I use one for lacquer and one for vinyl, so your volley air and stuff like that goes through this. The other one's Tamiya. It's got a 5mm colour cup, and it's just a beautiful airbrush. Definitely my favourite. You can do really fine lines with it, you can do broad stuff. Just if you could only afford one airbrush and you were to get the best that Hardin Steenbeck offer, that would be your fella right there. And I use that, as I've said, for vinyl acrylics. I use it for Volio, Model Air, Life Car, stuff like that. All your vinyl acrylics goes through this, and again, I've never had any problems with this. A beautiful airbrush. So I've got two of them. The other one, I'm not going to bother getting it out because it's just the same as that one. It's just I put lacquer, not your Tamiya and Mr. Hobby and stuff through that one. And the last airbrush that I have is another Hardin Steenbeck, and it is the Evolution CR Plus. Now this came, it was the 2-in-1 I got this with. So it comes with the two colour cups. It's got the pinch tip, another beautiful airbrush. It's a good weight to it as well, and I primarily use this for priming your style res and stuff like that. It all goes through here. Easy to clean, easy to strip down. Just that's one of my favourites, to be honest. Again, I've never had any problems with this either. And again, if I would recommend, if you were getting a Hardin Steenbeck, either this one or the Infinity, if of course funding permitting, because you won't have any complaints with this or the Infinity. The Infinity is a bit harder to strip down because it locks, as you can see here, this thing here, this little gold seal, you get a little tool to loosen it, and it's a more fitting lock. Also it's a premium airbrush though, really, so it's another nice feature. This one doesn't have the paint limiter, but I know the Silverline does. And like I said, I mean, they're all interchangeable. I mean, taking colour cups off and needles and whatnot, they're all interchangeable, so that's another benefit as to why all my airbrushes are the same company. Because if a part breaks on one, I can replace it until I get another one with another one out of the airbrushes and not be interrupted in painting or whatever. So I'm fortunate enough to have those airbrushes, to be honest. And when I was saving up for the Infinity, I saved like fuck. I never bought anything else. It was just, that was my goal, to get that. And when I finally got it, I decided to get an Evolution for, I think it was priming at the time when my Apex wasn't working. I looked at a brand new Apex, and for the price of that, an extra 20 quid or so, I got one of them. But then when I ordered that, another one of those came. So I thought, okay, so I ended up ordering an Evolution again, and so I've got the two Infinities, the Evolution, the Ultra and the Apex, and I use them all for different things. But like I said, guys, I'm fortunate enough to have them, and I won't buy another airbrush. I've all my needs are covered. That's all I use them for. I mean, you've got guys out there that get that's their thing. They buy airbrushes. Some of us buy tools, some of us buy books, some of us buy kits to access. Their forte is airbrushes, and you know, I've seen guys that've got 20 airbrushes, and it's, for me, that's madness. But you know, if that's what you're into, then fair enough. But those are my 5. That's what I use. So the next video will be on what paints I use, and my cleaning regime and maintenance regime, and then the final video in this series will be my homebrew stuff, my recipes for doing, you know, your own airbrush cleaner, thinner, retarder, foliage, that type of thing. So thanks for listening to me talking gibberish, and hopefully there'll be something useful in the next video. The reason I'm doing this series is because like I've said, when I first started back into the hobby, I didn't have a clue about airbrushing. Didn't have a clue at all. I was lost, and if there's something in this video, hopefully you guys find useful. Hopefully in the next one as well, there'll be more of use. But I just wanted to get, you know, the start of the series. I've been planning on doing it for a while, and what I use them for and their uses and stuff, and I'll go in, if people want a demonstration of each airbrush in action, I will do that. If there's a request for it, it is something I will do. But if not, I'll just go straight into the painting and stuff like that, or maybe I'll do a demo within the painting if there's a request for it anyway. But that's my airbrush setup. So I will see you in the next video on this. Thanks for listening, guys. Enjoy your night. Bye bye.